Just because a pistol looks sleek in the ad doesn't mean it'll survive the real world. Round counts don't lie, and some guns start failing long before the 1,000 mark. In this breakdown, we're calling out 7 handguns that show clear signs of mechanical weakness, poor engineering, or unacceptable wear before they even hit 1,500 rounds. If you're trusting your carry gun, range pistol, or training platform to hold up under pressure, these are the ones you need to think twice about. This is Firearms Zone, where real-world reliability matters, and range time tells the truth. Let's get into it. Number 7. Kimber Solo Carry. At a glance, the Kimber Solo Carry looks like a premium option. Compact, stainless steel slide, sleek frame, chambered in 9mm, with a 2.7-inch barrel, and an MSRP hovering around $800. On paper, it's marketed as the Ferrari of pocket pistols. But once we took it out of the brochure and onto the firing line, the shortcomings became impossible to ignore. The Solo Carry is one of the most ammo-sensitive platforms we've ever tested. The manual explicitly states that it runs best with premium factory-loaded 124 or 147 grain high-velocity ammunition. If you try to run it with standard 115 grain FMJ, even high-quality brands, malfunctions appear fast, from failure to feed to premature slide lock. Mechanically, the design is overcomplicated for what it tries to be. The recoil system uses a dual-spring guide rod assembly that only runs smoothly when perfectly aligned. After just a few hundred rounds, the slide begins to feel sluggish from carbon buildup, even with preferred ammo. During our testing, reliability noticeably declined by the 600-round mark, and several key controls showed early wear. The magazine release started sticking. The slide stop failed to hold open consistently, even with rounds remaining, and visible wear began forming on the aluminum rails of the frame. While some might try to tune it into working longer, a carry pistol shouldn't require constant cleaning and match-grade ammo just to stay functional. Bottom line, for a pistol bearing the Kimber name, the Solo Carry simply can't deliver the durability expected of a defensive handgun. Passing the 1,000-round mark is questionable. Making it to 1,500 takes luck and a light shooting schedule. Number 6. SCCY CPX2. On the surface, the SCCY CPX2 checks a lot of boxes for a budget carry pistol. Sub $250, 10+1 capacity, chambered in 9mm, made in the US, and weighing in at just 15 ounces. But in testing, that value starts to disappear fast once you push past the first few hundred rounds. The biggest mechanical issue is the trigger system. It's a full double-action pull, around 9 pounds, with an extremely long travel and reset. Over time, the trigger becomes increasingly gritty, and in our test unit, it failed to return forward during drills by around the 600 to 700 round mark. The culprit? A worn return spring inside a stamped internal linkage, undersized and under-engineered. Then comes the recoil system. Dual springs on a polymer guide rod. After limited use, the slide starts slamming forward with excessive force. Disassembly revealed early spring fatigue, which led to visible wear on the polymer frame and thin internal aluminum chassis. The feed ramp was rough out of the box, and reliability with hollow points was unreliable, essentially a coin toss. Even with standard FMJ, failure to extract and feed issues began showing up before the 1,000-round mark. Bottom line, the CPX2 might be fine for light use or as a glove box backup, but if you intend to train with it regularly or carry it defensively, it likely won't reach 1,500 rounds without serious reliability issues or parts failure. Number 5. Taurus PT22. At number 5, we've got the Taurus PT22, a compact ultralight pistol chambered in 22 LR with a tip-up barrel and a street price around $230. On paper, it sounds great for deep concealment, pocket carry, or for shooters with limited hand strength. It weighs barely 1.5 pounds, and the tip-up barrel makes chambering a round easy without ever having to rack the slide. But where this pistol falls short is in durability and consistency. In our range testing, by the 500-round mark, multiple units began experiencing light primer strikes, feeding failures, and slide lock malfunctions. The frame-to-slide fit became noticeably loose. Accuracy also degraded as the barrel lockup weakened. Groupings that were acceptable at first quickly opened up past 7 yards. Takedown and reassembly showed excessive wear around the pivot pin and locking surfaces. Additionally, the magazine quality varied between production batches, some fitting loosely enough to cause feeding issues under recoil. While it's marketed as a lightweight and affordable option for casual shooters, it simply doesn't offer the long-term reliability we expect, even from a rimfire pistol. Bottom line, the PT22 may serve well for very limited, low round count use, but it's not built to last. If you're planning to push beyond 500 rounds, expect mechanical issues and noticeable wear that compromise performance. Number 4. Cobra FS380. At number 4, we're looking at the Cobra FS380, a blowback-operated pistol chambered in .380 ACP, often found in gun store cases for around $150. Marketed as a simple, affordable self-defense option, it's frequently recommended as a budget backup. But after extended range testing, the FS380 shows serious durability issues that can't be ignored. Its zinc alloy slide and frame are inexpensive to produce, but under sustained fire, they begin to show wear far faster than steel or aluminum counterparts. The fixed barrel and direct blowback system generate harsh recoil, especially considering the pistol's relatively light mass of 1.9 pounds. By the 600 to 800 round mark, we observed recurring failures to extract, cracked slide rails, and loosened pins. The magazine release on one test unit failed completely, locking the magazine in place until disassembled. Accuracy was marginal even under controlled conditions. The trigger pull is long and inconsistent, and the low-profile sights are difficult to pick up quickly. Cleaning and reassembly are also less intuitive than most modern pistols in this category. Bottom line, the Cobra FS380 may function adequately as a range novelty or emergency use pistol. But if you plan on putting serious rounds through it, don't expect it to make it past the 800-round threshold without significant issues. Number 3. Kel-Tec P11. The Kel-Tec P11, chambered in 9mm, was once praised for being one of the lightest double-stack carry pistols on the market. With 10+1 capacity and a weight of just 14 ounces unloaded, it quickly earned attention from budget-conscious concealed carriers. But when subjected to extended round counts, the P11 begins to show clear signs of mechanical fatigue. The trigger is among the longest and heaviest in its class, and over time it becomes even more inconsistent. By the 800 to 1,000 round mark, many users report internal friction points wearing down the linkage, leading to gritty, unpredictable breaks, and even failure to reset. Slide-to-frame fit also loosens noticeably. In our testing, after approximately 900 rounds, the rear takedown pin began to back out under recoil. We also observed barrel peening and visible deformation on the slide rails. Accuracy was never a strong point for the P11, but with increased wear, group sizes at 7 yards opened up by nearly 50%. Field stripping revealed accelerated wear on the polymer frame, particularly around the locking block interface. While the P11 may have been a game-changer in its time, it's not a pistol built for sustained use or high round count training. Bottom line, The Kel-Tec P11 can serve as a lightweight emergency option, but it likely won't stay reliable beyond the 1,000-round threshold. For long-term use, better-built alternatives exist in the same price class. Number 2. Sig Sauer Mosquito. If you've ever picked up a Sig Sauer Mosquito thinking it would be a budget-friendly alternative to the P226, you're not alone. Visually similar and comfortable in the hand, it gives the impression of being a serious rimfire trainer. But once you start feeding it rounds, that impression fades quickly. The Mosquito is among the most ammo-sensitive .22 LR pistols we've tested. While it performs marginally well with SCCY mini-mags or other high-velocity loads, it struggles heavily with common bulk ammunition like Winchester White Box, Federal Automatch, or Remington Golden Bullets. Failures to feed, stovepipes, and light primer strikes become routine, especially by the second or third magazine. SIG even included a secondary recoil spring to help tune the gun for different ammo types, a quiet acknowledgement that the cycling issues were well known. The factory recoil spring is overly stiff, especially for a rimfire platform, and this contributes to short stroking and poor extraction. Beyond reliability, the real concern with the Mosquito is its long-term durability. The slide is made of Zamac, a soft zinc alloy, and by the 1,000-round mark, visible wear on the slide rails and breech face is common. Several test units began showing inconsistent slide lock function before reaching 900 rounds, with the slide stop failing to engage on empty magazines. The hammer spring is also underpowered, leading to frequent light strikes unless the ammo is absolutely clean and consistent. And with extended use, the firing pin channel clogs rapidly, especially if you're running anything other than clean-burning premium ammo. By the time the gun reaches 1,200 to 1,300 rounds, the trigger field degrades significantly. Slide fit becomes loose, and groupings widen noticeably. Bottom line, the Sig Sauer Mosquito had potential as a compact trainer, but it simply wasn't engineered for sustained use. If you're lucky, it might limp to 1,500 rounds, but long before then, you'll likely be dealing with performance drop-off, fit issues, and reliability problems. Number 1. Remington R51. The Remington R51 launched with sleek lines and a retro-modern appeal, but its real-world performance tells a different story. It uses the Pedersen hesitation lock system, an outdated design that introduces complexity without real-world benefit. Poor tolerances between the aluminum frame and steel slide lead to feeding issues early on. Hollow points jammed often, and even ball ammo showed failures to feed or return to battery within the first few hundred rounds. The non-captive recoil spring is difficult to reinstall and prone to shifting under fire. By 800 rounds, light primer strikes appeared. Before 1,000, we saw a chipped extractor, unreliable slide lock, and finish wear on the rails. Ergonomic issues like slide bite and a mushy trigger reset made things worse. Bottom line, the R51 might look the part, but in our testing, it simply didn't survive the pressure. It's a carry pistol that struggles to stay functional past 1,500 rounds, and in a defensive role, that's unacceptable. Some guns are built to run. Others just run out of excuses. If your sidearm starts choking before 1,500 rounds, it's not a tool, it's a liability. Doesn't matter what the brand is or how good it feels in the hand, when it fails under pressure, none of that matters. We're not here for hype. We're here for real performance, real numbers, and guns that hold up under fire. This is Firearms Zone, where round counts matter, failure isn't optional, and your gear gets tested like your life depends on it. Subscribe, stay sharp, and keep your kit ready.